Hello, I'm Mathieu from Ludovox, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Paper Tales. So Paper Tales is an engine building game and also a drafting game. It plays with 2 to 5 players, ages 12 and up, and it is relatively quick. It plays in 30 to 40 minutes. So in this game we are going to have a kingdom, and we want to have the best kingdom of them all, and we're going to compete against opponents who have also kingdoms of their own. And I've got nothing at the moment, but I've set it up so that you can see what a kingdom looks like. So you have units and buildings. Basically, the goal of the game is to gain victory points through wars, through special powers of the units, and through buildings as well. So how does Paper Tale work? So Paper Tales has the first phase, which is a drafting phase. So you deal 5 cards to each player, and then people are going to draft them. So you select one that you will keep for your final hand, pass the rest to the next player who does the same. So everyone has a card of a hand of 5 cards at the end. So now that we have our cards, we are going to deploy our units. So the units are the cards that we are going to play. They have a cost. They also have powers and a strength. Strength is used for military, for war, for military power. So we have 2 spots. We have the front row, the front line, which is basically the units that fight, and the back row, and these units do not fight except if, for example, you're an archer and you may shoot from behind. So we may play units, but remember, we have to pay them. So for example, I have these units that I want to play. I'm going to lay them out on the board. And then once everyone is ready, you can discard cards that you don't want anymore. Or you don't have to play 4 units. You may play a 3 or 2 if it suits your playstyle. It's really up to you. You're going to flip them over, pay the cost. So I get to pay 3 money here. And then that's the end of that phase. But some cards have special abilities that trigger when you deploy them. For example, I have a veteran. So as you may know, veterans have already done wars, and this one is a bit aged. So I put an age token on it, and he's going to die soon. So then we do wars. We battle against each other. But I'm going to fight against my 2 neighbors. If I would play with 4 or 5 people, there are some people I wouldn't fight at all during the game. So I'm going to total the forces. So we have 4 and 2 for this one, so 6, 2, 2, and 2 with the archer, so that's 6, and I fortunately have 7. So I win both wars on both sides, so I am going to win and earn 3 victory points per victory, so that's 6. And additionally, I have the general. So I told you that all of the cards have special abilities, and some abilities trigger during a specific phase or give you resources, but this one tells you that you get 1 extra victory point for each war that you win. Then we move on to the next phase. That's the income phase, and the income phase is very basic. Everyone takes money from the bank. Everyone takes 2 money plus the bonuses of their cards. So for example, I have a cook on my back row, and the cook tells you that you get 1 more money in the income phase for every meat in your kingdom. And fortunately, I do have a Children of the Woods, and the Children of the Woods gives me 1 meat and 1 wood, so it gives me an additional money. So this allows me to talk about the resource system. Resources are not elements that you're going to take and spend. Resources are things that you may be able to use and not spend. And they stay here. So I could use the meat for the cook, and then for something else, for example, in the next phase, which is the building phase. So the building phase is about building buildings. That's for certain. Everyone has a hand of 5 buildings. They are all the same. Well, for every player, we have the same set, but every building is different. They are going to give you special abilities, some victory points, but they are going to help you specialize your game and your engine. So for example, I could build a village, a township, and it's going to give me more resources. But I could build, for example, a barracks, and the barracks well, they help me fight basically and give me victory points if I fight hard. So that's about it for the buildings, but you have to take one special action to build a building. So in your building phase, you get one action, which may be building. So I'm going to spend the resource that's required. I may additionally, if I have the building already, I could, for example, if I had this barracks, I could improve it by spending the improve cost here. So I would flip it and have an additional power, more victory points, etc. But if I had the resources to play it and improve it at the same time, I could do this in a single action. And this is fortunate because I have only one action per building phase. So I could play at level 2 if I had the resources that are required. And the more buildings you build, the costier it becomes because you have to pay for the land, and for each additional building there is an extra cost. So we're going to build stuff, and having a building at level 2 is crucial in this game because having a building at level 2 unlocks a new thing for your empire and your kingdom. You are now able to have a third card on your front row, meaning that you're going to fight even harder, and you're going to have the possibility of making more and more card combination. So once you have built something, or not built, it's optional, you move on to the aging phase. So this is something I haven't told you. So the game is played over 4 rounds, and at every round some units are going to age and some units are going to die, meaning that your game, your engine is going to crumble and you're going to have to rebuild one. You can build the same one, of course, but you can change the engine that you want. For example, you can go war heavy at the beginning and then resource heavy at the end, but it really depends on your playstyle. So in this phase, first, every unit that has an aging token would die. So my veteran has done its service. He has fought well and he dies. That's it. And then all the players put one aging token on every remaining unit. And that's it for the aging phase. Once you have done that, you have completed a round of the game and you're going to move on to another round of the game, and you're going to do that 4 times. At the end of the 4th time, the game is over and you're going to count the scores. So the scores are the victory points that we won during the game, that we earned through abilities, through wars, and through some abilities from the buildings, which do not age for that record, and also through the victory points awarded by the buildings themselves. Once you have totaled the scores, the highest is the winner, of course. You know almost everything about Paper Tales, so this is a game in which you have to decide constantly what are you going to do with your engine, because it's crumbling and it's crumbling fast. So now, bye-bye, and see you on Ludovox.